Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, hitting you off with a studio production video where you know this is your channel, where all gamers' voices are heard. With your boy Jay, always dropping the word. Keeping them other gaming YouTubers like, what you heard? And where you always know, we always keep it all the way real. So what's up, everybody? Just want to thank you all for checking out my studio production video today. And man, it looks like Xbox is going back to its original roots and hitting up a launch with Taco Bell. So man, some would say I might be a little late to the scene on this story, but man, of course, like always, I'm gonna dig deep into it and talk more about what does this mean for the launch of the new Xbox X and what we could be looking out for, because it's more to the story than just joining up with Taco Bell. Now the cool thing is, man, for the details, for those that don't know, it looks like Microsoft, when it comes to the Xbox X, is going to be joining up with Taco Bell to give out free Xbox X's. So basically, starting in August 31st, you're going to be able to win a Xbox X through a new box of the offering from Taco Bell. So you know those little $5 boxes that you can get from Taco Bell, there's going to be a new one that you can get that's going to actually have a code for it for the Xbox X. You text in the code and then you have a chance to win an Xbox X as well as Forza 7 and a 3-month Game Pass subscription, which is really cool. Now this is going to be starting on August 31st, and I believe it's going to be from August 31st to October 4th. You're going to be able to get that. So that's really awesome. You know, I'm looking forward to it, man. Get your food and get a chance to get an Xbox X. Ain't nothing better than that. So that's really exciting news. But man, what I want to do is dig in deeper into what does this mean for the Xbox X, because as we know, this is a huge launch. There's a huge anticipation about the Xbox X right now. You got people holding off, and I'm gonna keep it real. I've already told you guys before, I'm spoiled as hell, man. I've been holding off on a lot of my games that I want to play, but I've just been like, man, I'm gonna wait for the X. I ain't really been buying a lot of games lately. I've just been more or less like, man, I want to play it on the best experience I could possibly play it, and I feel like I'm spoiled, man. It's just the X is really, that's, you know, I feel like, well, why play it now when I can experience it through the X? That's what I would rather do. So for a lot of people like me, it's more or less about just having that best gaming experience that you can possibly have. And, you know, they're willing to wait for the X to do that. And it looks like people like me are not, you know, we're not in alone. People like me is not alone. I mean, it looks like a lot of the market is really, you know, sitting around waiting for the X. You see a lot of things slowing down. You know, we already know a lot of the sales of the S's has slowed down considerably. Sales of games has slowed down in anticipation of the X. And we know a lot of PC gamers are interested in the X. Now, of course, there's a lot of haters out there like usual. You know, the haters are doing their thing. And, you know, it feels like a lot of the hate right now is getting up to a fever pitch. There's a lot of this. Well, they said there was, you know, 4K, no exceptions. You know, a lot of that's going on, and just the hate on Xbox X about the 4K thing, and it's just ridiculous because they said from the beginning that it was going to be up to developers. They said very clearly what the X was going to be capable of doing, and the power it's going to have, and what they were going to do for their first party titles. However, when it comes to developers, they were going to give the developers the power to do whatever it is they want to do. Now, they said that from day one. That was the whole spiel. If you watched it and you paid attention to what they were saying, you would know that But, you know, that's the thing for haters to do, is to spread a bunch of lies and miscommunication and try to drive their narrative of what they want to drive forward, to try to put doubt and, you know, suspicion out there about something you can clearly just Google and find out the truth. I mean, it boggles my mind with the technology that we have these days, and people are just so gullible when all you had to do is Google that shit. It's not complicated, bruh. If you could just Google it and find out the truth, and do yourself a favor, look at a couple of different sources of that same information to make sure it's on the up and up. How hard is that? Is that really that complicated? To just put it into a couple of searches, search a couple of different things, find a couple of different sources, and if they're all pretty much saying the same thing, there you go. Not hard. But, you know, people are so goddamn lazy, and then people just, at the end of the day, they just want to believe whatever they want to believe. And that's the thing. A lot of these people, they just believe whatever they want to believe, you know, regardless of what the truth or what facts are. They just believe whatever they want to believe. And when it comes down to that, you can't help people like that, because at the end of the day, they don't want the truth. They don't want to believe it, whether if it's true or not. And they just want to believe whatever makes them feel comfortable, or whatever satisfy their insecurities. And that's what we're dealing with when it comes to a lot of these fanboys and a lot of these little haters. They're so annoying, and they're trolls. It's just all about, you know, them wanting to believe what they want to believe and whatever makes them feel comfortable and satisfy their little insecurities. And unfortunately, we got to deal with little crybabies like that in the industry. That's just a part of it. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I want to move back on to this partnership and what does it mean for Microsoft moving forward, and especially what does it mean for the Xbox X and as it influences the market. So if you really think about this, now it talks about this in the article. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and link this in the description. A lot of you guys maybe have already checked this out, but I'm gonna break this down from my angle and dig a lot deeper into it, because this is really interesting. Because as we know, when the Xbox originally launched, one problem that it had is that it did not launch in a lot of territories. That was one big disadvantage that it had. I think it originally launches in 13 territories, and Sony was pretty much killing it. They was launching everywhere, man. And that was one of the biggest disadvantages for the Xbox, that it hasn't really been able to penetrate a lot of different markets, especially when it comes to its launch. It just hasn't really launched in a lot of different territories. Now, and it hasn't had that really big push. Now, that's looking to be completely a issue that is being remedied here when it comes to the X. That's a totally different story. It looks like we've already heard reports about what Phil Spencer is doing. He's making sure that the launch of the X is going to be a grand launch, pretty much globally, making sure that he's pushing into territories and launching the X in places that normally it wouldn't have launched, especially not at its first launch, when it first launches. And he's making sure that it's going to be pushed into many as territories as possible. Now, that's a huge deal. That's a lot bigger of a difference than what it did with the original Xbox One and even with the Xbox S. So we see a huge big push. Then we see things like this. Now, you think about this. You think about how many more people are going to be exposed. Now, we got to understand, Taco Bell is a huge chain. And you think about how much more people are going to be exposed to getting the Xbox X and enjoying the service of what Xbox can offer. They're giving out Game Pass. So these people are not even going to get an Xbox X. They're going to get over 100 games just right off the bat. So a lot of these people who probably maybe never played the Xbox X before, they're going to be exposed to Xbox X and basically exposed to the most powerful console ever made. And you don't think that's going to have effect? A lot of people who may have not have gotten it is going to get their hands on it, and that's going to not only affect them, but affect everyone in their household and affect their friends, and those people are going to talk. So this is going to be a huge thing, and this is really wonderful that they're doing this, because this is one of those things where it can get outside the box. Of course, a lot of people that buy it may be into consoles, but you got to understand, when you have a giveaway like this, a lot of people are going to get their hands on it that normally wouldn't have considered getting it for whatever reasons. Maybe they're not even gamers, or maybe, you know, that wasn't something that was so interesting in them because they never tried it. But that's the one thing I was talking about when it comes to services, and why that was so important when it comes to Microsoft, is that Microsoft has created a system to where it will satisfy you in whichever way you need it to, depending on whatever you want to do. So I'll give you an example. Me personally, I don't have any other entertainment systems, or I don't have like a DVD player. I don't have like any of that type of stuff in my room or my living room. All I have is the Xbox. My Xbox does everything. It literally does everything. I don't have a cable box. There's no need for one. My Xbox does that. And anything that I want to feed into, like, let's just say if I have a different peripheral I want to use, I can hook that up to my Xbox, no problem, because my Xbox has a HDMI out. So even if I wanted to hook up my PlayStation, I can hook my PlayStation up. I don't even have to hook it. I can hook it up right to my Xbox and play it right through my Xbox if I want to, because it gives you that option. And I'm just saying that to say that there's features and services on the Xbox that you don't necessarily have to be a huge big time gamer to enjoy it. And once people start getting their hands on it and start seeing that more and more, that is something that is a huge thing to a lot of people, because it goes a lot further for people to be entertained. When, okay, I'm done with my video games and now I just want to relax and sit back and watch TV. Well, I have all of that right there. Okay, I want to go ahead and jump on Skype to one of my family members. Well, now I can do that right easily from right here. The interface is really fast and fluid and easy to use. I got a DVR function on my Xbox that allows me to record my shows from TV. It'll set timers for me. Everything that you could ever want for entertainment and for media and social media, you got right there, along with video games. Like, it's your whole world is right there at the touch of your fingertips. And this is what I meant when I was talking about services. You know, this is another thing that I meant, that everything that you can need or want is all right there in a very smooth and fast, intuitive interface. Now, there's been some leaks and some word about a new interface that's coming, that's going to allow you to completely customize your interface and set it to exactly the way you want it, even more so than it is now. And there's some other new things that are going to be coming out, because basically we know a new big change is coming to make the interface even faster. I mean, the damn thing is lightning fast. Literally right now, I could go to Netflix, Hulu, Crackle, YouTube, any of my games in literally seconds. If I want to go to home, boom, 1 second and boom, I'm already on YouTube. I can go from YouTube to any one of my games in literally seconds. So the interface is already lightning fast. Now they're going to do some things in that. Now you can customize it to where all the feeds, and if you wanted to put your friend on there or have their feed, whatever you wanted to put on and to be able to see right from your first page, it can be all right there at your disposal. Now, these are the type of innovations that Microsoft continues to keep doing over and over again to make your experience more intuitive and more enriching and more exciting, and more customizable to your needs and your wants. This is the type of thing that we need to see. This is innovation that I'm talking about, that you don't get anywhere else. No other platform is doing this type of innovation. And these are the type of things that Microsoft doesn't get the credit for time and time again. You think if Sony did something like that right now, it'll be the talk of the town. Everybody and their mama will be talking about, oh my God, this new interface that Sony got is incredible. Oh man, they're the first to do it. There's nothing like this. Even why Microsoft has been did that already, you know what I mean? It's just like, but that's the type of thing it is, man. It's a sad and incredible thing that, you know, Microsoft gets damn near no credit. You know, if you look at IGN, they act like Microsoft's interface is the one that's prehistoric and old and slow, when no, that's actually Sony's interface. But you wouldn't know that from, looking at the fanboys at IGN. But that's what you get when, and that's a sad reality. But the cool thing is that this looks to change that, with the huge push that they're doing, that Phil is doing to launch worldwide and globally, with the X, and also with promotions like this. We're gonna see a sea change like we've never seen before, and that's what I'm looking forward to, because news like this is letting us know that Phil ain't playing around when it comes to marketing the X, and also when it comes to making sure that the X is getting out there to as many people as possible. So that can let you know, for those who were worried about when Phil kept saying, oh, this is going to be a hardcore console, a lot of people was worried that that was going to mean that, they weren't going to really push the X really hard when it comes to marketing. Now we're finding out, no, that's just not necessarily the case. If you've been paying attention, that's not necessarily the case. They're trying to make this thing global, push it out to as many regions as possible. And with this join up of Taco Bell, that's telling you right there, they ain't playing around. They're going to push this thing out to as many people as possible. It also tells you that they see this as something that is definitely for all the casuals. It's not just for hardcore. It's for the casuals. It's for everybody. And that's something that is really exciting. And I think that's a really great confirmation that we're going to see a huge sea change when it comes to the X once it's launched. Now, of course, there's a lot of bickering and going back and forth right now, but you're gonna see a lot of that change once the X is released, and this is just more evidence of that when it comes to this partnership with Taco Bell. So yeah, man, that's why I just want to dig in on that. I want you guys to go ahead and hit me in the comment box and tell you what you think. I'm really excited about the prospects of these things. Really, for me personally, because these are the type of things that pushes the industry forward. I mean, come on, man. We got 9 gigabytes of RAM space. Never been done before. Never been done before to have that much RAM space for development of any game on a console. We got the most powerful GPU and a ridiculously customized CPU to try to ensure that we can have steady frame rates like we never had before, and also graphical fidelity with 4K textures, never done before. This is an exciting time to be a gamer, period. The haters can say what they want, but it's the Xbox X that's actually pushing the console gaming market forward like never before. And that's something all gamers should be excited about. So yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it with that. I want you guys to hit me in the comment box. Tell me what you think. Man, until the next time. This is Jay. I'm always keeping it real, and I'm gone.